Well, they've given a lot of that to Angel now, where Angel wasn't doing that before, but she may have to pull Amy back to help her while I train Chelsea, because otherwise I'm not gonna have her ready and we cannot do this.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else to tell her, but
No, I think that makes sense.
All right, 25 minutes before 11 o'clock. A little bit chilly out there. Don't forget some cooler temperatures are moving in. 25 degrees, the expected low Wednesday night. We don't have an official word yet about a freeze warning, but I have a feeling we'll probably get one today or tomorrow. Right now, let's talk about our eye care. Ocala Eye is being represented in the studio today. Zora Harrison is here. Nikki Nix and Lindsey Weisemen are here to answer your questions about your eye care. And the phone number to call while they're here is 622-9622 if you'd like to ask a question. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good to see all of you. You enjoy wearing the clothing that winter demands, right?
I do.
You like?
I'm okay with the clothing. I'm not as much okay with the actual weather, though.
Oh, you don't like cold weather?
No, and my office is freezing. Like literally, I think it was the same temperature in my office this morning as it is.
Oh yeah,
out there right now.
Oh, I agree.
So.
It's cold.
You like it that way? Is that
no, my office is at the surgery center, so I feel like we keep it freezing.
It's very cold in there.
Well, when my son had eye care done, no, he's not LASIK. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it was very cold.
Yes.
I was standing in that room where the big TV was, looking at his eye the size of a
yes.
wall. And it was very cold in there.
Yes,
yeah.
it is cold.
Well, either that or I was just nervous being a dad.
No, it's cold in there.
Yeah.
It's cold in there.
Yeah. Plus, you get nervous, right?
Oh yeah, you get nervous.
You have that little not cool down room. It's a bad choice of words in this context.
The Zen room.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that Zen room.
I want one of them in my house.
I know.
Me too. I keep saying that one day I'm gonna just go in there and turn on
those massage chairs.
The massage chairs and watch every year we have to do this in service.
Yeah.
That we watch these videos and stuff.
We'll do it in there.
Yeah, that's what I said I was gonna do.
You won't see any of it. You'll fall asleep.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, it's a nice room, and that one is a little bit warmer, I think, than the other areas. But yeah, I'm not a fan of. I live in Florida for a reason. I don't like the 22. No way. And Lindsey brought up a good point of something we get increased calls this time of the year when it's so cold, and it could be a mixture of the wind. It could be a mixture of the heat and lack of humidity in your house, but
or car.
Dry eye. We get a lot of my eyes are burning, my eyes are itching, my eyes are stinging. Yeah, we do get a lot of calls. Matter of fact, I was complaining about that myself this weekend. It was
and it's from the artificial heat or whatever inside.
Yeah, the dryness. Yeah, we're not used to that. So it's a good time to use your tears.
Yes,
artificial tears.
See, Rob, we never did get those artificial tears.
No, not yet.
I think Robin's got a dry eye
Too
thing.
busy.
I have my thing is the sty.
Yeah, the sty.
I get that a lot. I don't know why. So when I come in, you have
glands that are blocked up.
Yeah, using
that could go in
Ocusoft.
Yeah, it could go in being related to your rosacea and your skin.
Yeah, I think
issues
so.
Already. So
yeah.
Warm, moist heat every day in the shower.
Twice a day.
Yeah.
Warm, moist heat in the shower?
Yeah, just letting that warm, moist heat.
I sort of do that, though.
Yeah, and you may need to add something like a lid wash with it to kind of keep it, like a lid scrub, yeah.
Yeah.
Sell them at Walmart.
Or you can do another, depending on if you're a morning shower or evening shower, you can supplement that on the opposite side and do a warm compress with just a rag. If your tap water doesn't get warm enough, you can stick it in the microwave for a few seconds and let that warm, moist heat on your eyelid.
I mean, we literally sell masks that you wear that you heat up because this is such a problem. Not just the styes, but it does.
Well, I know I've been promising to come see you. I promise I will.
Okay.
I was just talking.
We promised to give you a great exam.
Nikki, I know. I was just talking to Nikki about the cost and all that, and I put off my dentist because I said, you know what? Right now I need glasses more than I need my teeth cleaned or whatever. Right? Lindsey, I was thinking about you all week long because Haiti was in the news all week long.
Was.
So
yeah,
not necessarily in a good way, but I was thinking about the work that you told us about last week.
Yeah. We're just finishing up some last minute gatherings and hopefully
our office is covered in
covered in supplies.
Oh, really?
Literally.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Everybody that comes in, they were like, "What is going on in here?"
It
I was
is.
like, that's all going to Haiti.
Yes, it is.
Well, this is going to Haiti. Remember people who say that I'm going to Haiti?
from
Well, it's just been
outside
stuff that
people?
they've been gathering to take with them for, drops and.
Yeah, and drug reps have
yeah.
donated it. Some big companies that have that supplies, they've donated the supplies to take down there to
yeah.
Haiti.
We have a phone line open, and let's take one of the calls. The number is 622-9622 if you'd like to call in. Good morning. Thank you for calling. You're on the air.
Yes, Larry, I want to know what the best number is to call right now to get in as a new patient with Ocala Eye.
That number is 622-5183.
Okay.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
another question. My husband is having some in the left corner of his left eye. It looks like, he says it looks like a little mosquito playing around over there.
Mm-hmm.
And also, at times, he has a little light, a little flash of light. It looks kind of like an icicle down, in that area.
Yes, he definitely needs to come call us and get in to see one of our doctors. Those are usually benign symptoms of a floater, but we, until we've looked at him and examined, you don't know. So it's always best to get that checked out, especially with the flashing lights. And now, if he had like a sudden change or decrease in his vision, you'd want to tell us so we could get him in even sooner. But if you call today, you should be able to get an appointment pretty quickly here in Ocala.
Could that have anything to do with the detached retina?
Well, it can. I mean, those can be signs and symptoms of that. We don't go there yet, because that would be the worst case scenario. But those are all things that trigger you to say, hey, I need to call and get an eye appointment.
Okay. All right.
And
do you think they could get us in pretty soon?
I do, yes, ma'am. You just tell them that you heard us on the radio and that we were saying to get you in, and they'll get you an appointment quickly.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Yeah, that's always scary stuff when something suddenly happens like that, right? So the number right now, if you'd like to call in, there was a couple of other calls calling in. You're welcome to call in. The number is 622-9622. And again, what's the number over at Ocala Eye?
352-622-5183.
It is interesting how one thing can cause another thing, though.
Yes, it is.
Well, and there's multiple symptoms can be indicative of multiple things. So, it's really hard for patients to Google a symptom, especially to do with your eyes, and it just give you the answer on the internet without actually having a doctor take a look at it and make sure that.
One thing that we always find is true is when we do what we call triage, which means we are talking to the patient and trying to figure out what the symptoms are, what the urgency is. It's always the patient that is really kind of nonchalant about their symptoms, like, well, it's not too bad, and it doesn't happen that often. They're like, okay, they need to come in because they almost always have the problem.
It's usually the patients that are panicked about something that don't really have a whole lot going on, and
exactly, which is good because we can alleviate that panic pretty quickly. But I think your eyes are do just like the rest of your body. They give you symptoms. You know the symptoms that you're having a toothache. The symptoms that you're having a stroke, or a lot of times a heart attack and things of that nature. Yeah. It's just kind of learning to listen. Mm-hmm. And say, hey, maybe
paying attention to it. Yeah, there was a story. I don't know if you heard the story about the boy 6-year-old from Eustis. Did you hear the story? Was scratched by a bat.
No.
And died from the rabies.
No, I did see about the boy die. I didn't.
Oh no.
Well, his dad caught a bat, put it in an injured bat, put it in a bucket or something, and told him, don't touch the bat. Well, the boy touched the bat. Mm-hmm. And the bat scratched him. So they washed it out, and they were going to take him to the hospital. And he said, no, I'm too scared of the shots. Well, that's what they should have done, because the rabies is what took his life. So,
my God!
Not to bring something ultra serious and sad to this show, but I mean it's the preventive lesson from that, I think.
And that lady who ate the oysters as well, all she had was a rash. Yes. So she didn't really
the bacteria from the oysters and died. Yes.
Is that a new story?
Yes.
A couple weeks ago, it was quite a few people went and ate at the restaurant, and I might be missing a few details on the story, but she had ate the oysters as well, and she was the only one that had a rash a couple days later, not really thinking anything of it, and she died from that.
Yes, she did.
Oh my gosh.
From that bacteria.
She just thought it was a regular rash and didn't, think anything of it.
But they were raw.
Yes,
they were raw. That is true. They were raw.
So I'm not eating anything.
See, I'm not
raw.
taking that type of
Except
chance.
a carrot, maybe.
Well, I don't eat oysters, so.
I do love oysters, but I have to say, I have to wait until I know it's been cold.
No.
I enjoy
Cold?
it. Yeah, the cold. You have to, I want to say that it has to have already been a hard freeze. that's the safest way to eat oysters.
Really?
And I like to eat oysters when I know where they come from. So we like to get them.
Well, you're not supposed to eat them in months that don't have an R in it.
Exactly. The
sure.
cold weather has something to do with
Yes.
it. Yeah, there is a rule for oysters. There really is. And
It's just a month with
If
an
the
R in
month
them.
doesn't have an R in it, you should not eat oysters.
And it's
'cause
something to do
too
with the
hot.
cold.
It has to do with the heat and the
October,
temperature of the
November,
water.
December. Okay, so January's good.
January's good.
Wait,
The
January. There's an R
colder-
in January.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, January, February
February.
is still okay if it's cold, but if it's getting
May.
warm,
May, you
no,
can eat 'em in
no,
May.
no, it's
It
a
doesn't
cold.
have an R in it. If the month doesn't have an R, then you don't eat the oysters.
Oh, you only eat them in
Yeah,
months with
Exactly.
R. Oh, okay,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
you do. And it, I mean, like our rule is when we purchase them to cook, because we do that. We like to cook oysters. It's always like, has it been cold enough yet? Before, and we always know where we're buying them from, where the oyster came
Really?
from.
So connect that to what you normally talk about, the eyes, the ears, and the skin. You talk about those two things.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we may have brought up supplements before, but nutrition in general, do you see people who you can tell, oh my gosh, you're not eating enough something? Can you tell?
Well, we recommend, I think, diet-based things depending on what the patient's diagnosis is. Patients who have macular degeneration, a lot of times, we're going to tell them to eat leafy green vegetables and
Right.
High antioxidants, don't smoke.
foods
Yeah.
and people who have dryness, a lot of times we recommend that they take supplements, whether it be fish oil or something, that you're systemically getting
Right,
the replenishment as well. So, it just depends on what they've got going on. I think.
Yeah, I mean they talk about omega fatty acids
Right.
and things like that. Mostly they tell you what to avoid. I feel like we talk a lot about avoiding certain things,
For your eyes, things you should avoid?
especially people who fall in the autoimmune deficiency
really?
categories. Yes, those patients.
Like, what kind of things would you avoid?
Well, a lot of times the doctors will tell you to avoid processed foods.
You want them to stay with clean
Processed food. That's pretty much everything.
Yes.
Well, it can be, but if you're, a lot of it's weight control. I mean, the number one thing that we're going to tell you to avoid is smoking and stress. Try to keep those things under.
But smoking relieves the stress, doesn't it?
Well, it can also cause those other issues. So, but I think we try to also make sure whatever we talk about has science to back it, not just a feeling. So, we're not a place that you're going to walk into and there's going to be a bunch of vitamins on the shelf. We have very few things that we recommend. We have one that we do recommend called Hydro Eye, which is a complex supplement that has been proven to help with dry eye patients. And then we don't sell this, but we actually do recommend Ocuvite AREDS 2 to our macular degeneration patients.
Okay.
Also, speaking of the excuse me, the winter and our face being a little dry, if you go on our Ocala Eye page on Facebook, we have a link to be able to make an appointment for our hydrofacial with Denise to get your skin back looking flawless and glowing, and it doesn't leave you red when you leave. So that's always a good
It's
thing.
an infusion. It infuses vitamins into the skin during the treatment.
And what is that called?
Hydrofacial.
Hydrofacial.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a pretty cool video on our Facebook page that Denise, our esthetician, is on there. You can see her. And she actually shows you how she does the procedure and how long it takes. But definitely.
And there's a link to go on if you want to make an appointment too.
Yeah,
it's really
anytime.
easy
Yeah.
and it's very, very easy. I've actually gone on there and made an appointment myself. It probably took less than 25 seconds.
Oh, really?
that
You
was
just put your
good.
name
Yeah.
in and when you want to come.
The appointment and book, and that's it.
And does she, it wouldn't apply to a guy, I guess, but I mean, does she, I give you information about makeup and that kind of thing? That
She can do skin consultations. Is
skin
usually what
care.
she's gonna.
Yeah.
is it like everything else where if you pay a little bit more money, the makeup is going to be healthier, or is that not the way it works in makeup?
I think Denise, I might be wrong, but I think Denise's focus is on your skincare
It is, but we
regimen.
do sell the
Some makeup,
Eminence,
Some products?
the Eminence brand line of cosmetics. So
Do you know, we went to the Ocala Civic Theater to see this play called I Love a Piano.
Okay.
And there's 6 people up there doing the show, and 2 of them are brother and sister. So Robin says to me, the little sister, isn't she cute? And to be honest with you, we weren't that far back. I couldn't see her face. It was blurry. You know, like I can see you guys clear because
Yeah.
you're right here.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm so looking forward to getting actual
Yeah.
glasses that really work. Because I mean, I'm sure she was cute. She looked cute.
She was adorable.
But I honestly couldn't really see her facial features. I could see, you know, her head and...
Well, you're missing out on a whole new world.
I know. I'm thinking. I mean, we weren't that far back even.
Yeah.
We went to Radio City Music Hall and Thanksgiving. We weren't that far back there either, and I really couldn't see Santa Claus's face.
Well, he doesn't have much to look at. It's a big beard and
You know, you would be surprised how common that is for us to hear when we do an exam and patients say, "Oh my gosh, I didn't realize I wasn't seeing that well."
Well, they've
you know?
just become accustomed
Yeah.
to it. I mean, for them, that's normal because that's how they see.
I know.
but-
I know.
And so you give them a comparison of what it's really supposed to look like.
or somebody sitting next to you saying, "Isn't she cute?"
Yeah, and you're like, you can see that. Yeah.
Right.
It's always like comforting when you're riding down the road and somebody says something about a sign and you're the driver and you say, "You can see that."
That's me. That's me. Especially at night. Yeah. We have a phone line open if you want to call in right now and ask a question about your eye care. Remember, at Ocala Eye, they do handle all the eye issues, whether it's something as simple as eyeglasses, something as complex as surgery. And if you have any questions about any of that, you're welcome to call here or call there. We'll give you that number again in a moment. In addition to eye care, they also handle hearing. And as Lindsey was talking about the facial,
Hydrofacial.
thank you, hydrofacials, and that'll take care of like
Winter skin, we call
Yes.
it.
winter skin. Okay.
You're dry and red.
And you know what? Your makeup will not go on correctly when you're dry like that. And I love the Eminence products. I've been using them for
I have
years.
too.
I have my kids and my nieces on them, and
Called Eminence? Eminence?
Eminence, yeah. And it's an all organic treatment.
I love those little
line.
candies. M&M's.
Yeah. Okay. We do have one that looks like a little candy, but it's a soap bar. So we always wonder how many people went home and try to bite into that.
We do have a phone call. Let's take that call. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. May I ask a question about the eyes?
Sure.
Thank you. A relative came to visit over the holidays, and she's from Texas, and she said some time ago she had received an eye exam and prescription glasses that gave her headaches, and then she just couldn't seem to see as well as she ought to some days. And I wonder, do you think that it was possible that she had worn prescription glasses that was a wrong prescription, that it could have done damage?
Well, no, not damage. It is common for a new prescription to make you feel uncomfortable in the beginning, especially if she's gone into like what they call progressive lens, if she had not been in a progressive lens before, or gone from not wearing glasses to wearing glasses. There is definitely an acclimation period, but it's all, remembering that refraction, which is what we use to determine your eyeglass prescription, is all what we call subjective. So that means we're using the answers the patient tells us to guide us to the right prescription. So anytime that something like that happens with our patient, we do a couple of things. Number one, we try to make sure that you put them on when you get up in the morning, wear them as long as you can till they just make you sick, and then take them off. Do that every day. We try to increase it by 2 hours each day that you wear them. But we also would bring you back into the clinic, make sure the prescription's correct, because we could have you could make an error in writing a number down, or you could even miss, that day was an off day and we just need to recheck it. Those things happen. But the good news is she's not going to harm her eyes. The worst is she probably got a little headache from it. But yeah, tell her.
Well, thank you very much. I'm really glad to hear some information.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's good news. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
How about tints for people that have light sensitivity? Mm-hmm. Do you have tints that they would need to wear all the time, and it's not the color changing tints depending on the sun or the inside?
Yeah, they can tint the lenses. They also can get the transition lenses, which are the ones that go from light to dark when you depending on the amount of light outside versus inside. But they can tint the glasses too. Some people like their glasses, the blue tint. Some people like them that rose-colored tint. Some
I want the ones
people-
that stay on my face, so I don't have to keep doing this. Got a big head. Yeah, the ones that change color, I don't think that would be something. I mean, to each
That's
his own,
definitely
right?
a personal preference
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't care for them just because I felt like that I could still see my eyes, and I'm like super funny about sunglasses, but I'm okay with wearing a separate pair of glasses if I needed them too. But there are a lot of patients that just say, look, I'm blind without my glasses on. I want to be able to see when I, am dry or walk outside. So, transition is just like a luxury. Some people like the backup camera in the car and some people don't. But it's there, it's available, and it is great. And there are some patients that say they wouldn't have their glasses without it.
Yeah.
They depend on it.
And I don't know if any of the listeners got to go this past Saturday to the Circle Square. They had a health fair there, and Ocala I was there. We did some free eye exam screenings, vision screenings, excuse me. And we had a great turnout. So I hope everybody enjoyed that health fair for
Is
sure.
the first letter on the eye chart always E? Is that always?
Yeah,
Yep, the big E.
So,
2400.
so if you can't see that one, you really need glasses.
Yes.
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 Yes, you do.
So how can we find out if you're going to be at other events around the area throughout the year? Do you have a mailing list that we can subscribe to, or do you post it on your website?
We do post everything on our website, and starting now, we're going to do it on our Facebook page. We do a lot of times, like this particular one, they will reach out to their community members. We do a lot in the On Top of the World area. The Fox Trotter is a little news article, local article they have, our local newspaper they have for their patients. So we put it in there. But, these events are really community driven to try to make sure that everyone has access to what's new and what's out there. So it was a really good turnout, I hear. I wasn't able to attend, but I hear it was a good one. And we did a lot of vision screenings. So.
Yeah. I'm trying to read between Robin's lines. Robin is really good about sharing things on our Facebook page. So if you guys,
we're getting better.
This year is one of our goals of definitely getting out there in the community and getting better with communicating on our Facebook page with.
Let's share it with Robin, and she'll share it with our listeners.
Okay.
We absolutely will, because we do have a really good turnout when we do these, and we do just lectures and things like that too. So we're going to do a better job this year of making sure that the community knows when one of our doctors are out there. We pretty much almost every month or every 2 months we do something in the community.
I don't know if I ever shared this with you. I worked at an assisted living facility for 3 years, right by On Top of the World. Now it's called Stuff to the Bee. What's it called? No, it used to be called Park Place. But
I know.
But anyway, when I worked there, it was my break from radio. I took 3 years. I didn't do radio, and all the time people would ask me if I had a eyeglass screwdriver.
Yes.
So I literally bought like 12 of them and put them in my desk. They were only like $1.
Yes.
Those little tiny screwdrivers, right? And it's an amazing thing to have. And I would give them away because people would always be. And you know what? When you're not wearing your glasses, you can't see that little screw.
I agree.
No, you can't.
You can't fix your own glasses unless you have a second pair.
Our opticians all day long are doing our repairs. I mean, people bring in a broken temple, a missing nose pad, a loose screw all the time. So that's,
right?
I mean, all of our optical shop service, whether you bought the glasses from us or not, but we do that. And we probably have half of our list of sign-in of the day is probably repairs. People coming in because they got a loose screw or the new nose pad or something.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, there was something called the Google Glass. Do you remember that? Mm-mm. Okay. I think that was like an internet device. I don't think it took off, though. I think people were... Do you remember that, Lindsey?
Is that the one where you could search the web with the glasses?
I think so, yeah.
I did hear about that, but we never really heard much about it. Google is, and I don't know where they are. I'll find out in March or is it April, whenever we have our vision conference. They last year were getting ready to unveil the Google blood sugar monitor contact lens. So they're going to have Google is creating a contact that monitors the blood sugar. Wow. So I'll let you guys know how that's going when we come back.
And don't forget to visit our Facebook page and like us.
Like us so you can follow when we have events and promotions.
Mm-hmm.
Before we say goodbye, give us the phone number again. And for the listeners, it's a great opportunity for you to, start the new year right. Start looking better and seeing better. So
yes, come get your hydro face.
Yes. Our number is 622-5183. You can check us out on Facebook and our website, ocalai.com. You can request appointments from both.
Lindsey, Nikki, and Zora, thank you, ladies, for coming in here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Call us if you need the numbers repeated to any of this. And remember, we do record these interviews, and we put them up as podcasts by about 2 o'clock. They're usually up there. We'll be right back.